Sorry about that. Were you here to be entertained? My bad. Welcome back to Dramatic Evaluation. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the show Andor, specifically Season 2. Please hook me up and like the video, subscribe to the channel, and please leave a comment. There's going to be very light spoilers. You know, I'm not going to say what happens. More going to just say what doesn't happen. But I'll try to be vague and not spoil big details or big events that happen. But there will be a few things I'm going to have to talk about. I'll just try to dance around it. So very light spoilers. Just don't worry about it. So here we go. All right. So what a boring show. Just right out of the gate. What a boring show. What a long, drawn out, unnecessary show. Like, truly perplexed why people are saying this show is good. I just hear everyone talking about this show being like, oh, it's so good. Like, it's such a well done, like, awesome, like, story, like, set in the Star Wars universe. Well, I'll get to this later. Like, are you sure it's set in the Star Wars universe? Might as well not be. I saw, like, Season 1 was okay. Season 1 was fine. It kind of, like, was pretty random and, like, veered off and kind of went all over the place and was whatever. But, like, it was fine. It was good, and I did enjoy it. It was a good story set in the Star Wars universe. But Season 2 just... I don't know, man. Like, wow. You know, like, just politicians talking. Just people sitting around talking. And almost nothing happening. So, yeah, just super boring. Just not eventful enough to justify 2 seasons of 12 episodes. That's 24 episodes. Like, really, they could have condensed this into 1 season of 8 episodes. Truly. Like, there's so much filler of, like, people talking, stuff that didn't lead to anything, and if it did, you didn't notice or realize because it was so boring and impossible to follow because you're just bored out of your mind and you just miss details. Like, I'm sure I missed a bunch of stuff if I were to watch this again, which, of course, I never will. Things would make a little more sense in the lead up and build up to the end of it. But, like, build up to what? Build up to what? So this is supposed to lead up to the end of, or the beginning of Rogue One, I guess. Doesn't. I don't get it, man. Like if you're bothering to make a backstory of something, like a prequel and tell the backstory, do that. How about that? Do that. Have a backstory. Have it lead up to the thing. So, like, if you're going to do this prequel to Rogue One, basically, like, have anything to do with that. Like, it does, sure, like, I guess, whatever, the rebellion and all this, but, like, so weird and roundabout and convoluted. They just missed the mark, man, for me on this one. Like, you got to deal more with the Death Star existing and the Death Star plans. They, like, barely mention, allude to the Death Star being a thing in the last episode of 24 episodes. They, like, finally, like, mention something. Don't even call it the Death Star. Don't show it. Don't, like, it's just, you just, like, don't know what you're watching. Like, they're not, like, the story sucked. It was not a lead up to Rogue One. It was just randomness. Like, these little 3-episode arcs that would just completely change, by the way. Like, 3 episodes later, just, like, following something completely different. And it wasn't any kind of, like, coherent story or, like, lead up to anything with the rebellion. It did not need to be 24 episodes. You could have condensed this thing into 8 episodes, maybe even less, given, like, what you gave us on screen. And I just think it was an absolute waste of time. And just so filled with so much boring talking scenes and things that led to nothing. The Ghorman thing in season 2, like, where they're, like, on this, I guess the planet or place is called Ghorman, and they all speak this language, like, that basically is French. Let's get real, it was French. And you're just having to read subtitles all the time of, like, why? What are we doing? Why do you don't need to invent a language and have us read subtitles to add to the boringness of this thing. Just have them speak English. Who cares? Didn't add anything to the story or anything. And then that super weird, I guess one of the villain kind of characters that sorry about it, gonna say it, the ugly lady, the wildly unattractive woman, sorry about it, but that's what's up, who is the Empire spy, I don't know what, again, no idea what they were doing with her and that guy. No idea. Too boring to follow. They were part of the Empire, but then they were scheming stuff behind the scenes of what? You're not doing anything for the rebellion. You're on the Empire side. So what are you doing? I couldn't even follow what they were even trying to do. You got her for the whole season 1 and season 2, and then at the last 3 or 4 episodes, she gets arrested for the whatever stuff she was doing behind the scenes, and then it's just in a jail cell, and then this random other new guy we've never seen before comes in to be the villain in the last few episodes. What? And it just ends with her in the jail cell. What was the point of that? Why not just have her be that villain at the end or whatever? Why? What was the point of that? That was just so weird to me, to just have the villain go away randomly and have a new villain pop in for the last 3 episodes. Just incredibly weird. And not even villain, antagonist, I guess, or whatever. I don't know. Because to have someone call someone a villain, you have to have action and have stuff happening. Not in this. Oh, I don't know, man. And this is in the Star Wars universe, in the visual settings and outfits and some aliens here and there. Other than that, nothing to do with Star Wars. There's a part at the very end, Organa says to Cassian, may the Force be with you. And I was taken aback by that and reminded, oh yeah, this is Star Wars. And I was does he even know does Cassian know what that means? Does he know what the Force is? Because there certainly wasn't any of that in here. To have it do a Star Wars thing and not have the Force in it, pretty whack, dude. But truly, I was questioning that. I was I had that thought. I was does he know? How would he even know what the Force is? For someone to say, may the Force be with you. He's yeah, you too, man. And doesn't even know what he's saying. Because how would he? He's not exposed to any of it. It's not a thing in this show. So very weird. Way to not use the coolest part of Star Wars in the entirety of a show. Insane. So yeah, my rating, not as low as you might think from all that. 7.3. It's not great. It's pretty rare that I go below a 7. It's got to be mad whack to go below a 7. This was at least there's great production value. It's looks great. It's good actors. So it's got that going for it. But it was just so weak and boring and pointless. It didn't do anything. I truly feel I didn't need to watch that. I didn't gain anything, any deeper understanding of the world of Star Wars or the lead up to Rogue One or anything. It was just kind of whatever. Nothing eventful happened, in my opinion. There was some stuff that happened here or there, sure, and I know what the story was, I guess, but didn't need it. It didn't add anything of value to Star Wars lore or canon. And like I said, just not a proper build up to Rogue One. It just jammed it into the last episode, a couple references to what was going to be happening and leading into Rogue One, I guess, but not enough. And you could have had the whole thing be about that, Could have been a billion times better than it was, and it wasn't. It sucked. Okay, it didn't suck. Whatever. I don't know. I'm being harsh, but it wasn't great. I love Star Wars, and this was just probably the weakest of anything in the entire Star Wars catalog for me, to be quite honest. So that's it for my rant on Andor Season 2. Thanks for watching. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. And please leave a comment. Let me know what you thought. Let me know if you liked Andor. If you did, how? What? Explain to me how it was good in your opinion. If you didn't like it or agree with me, let me know either way. And stay tuned. Until next time.